this, but these are nice to have. And unfortunately, I had my sword pulled out there, but you can skip this text box by pulling out your sword there. Well, whatever. There's another little text box here on this door that we're going to skip by side hopping. She doesn't have long enough to pull up her text box there if you do that. Ow, forgive me, I have a clue that will let me go. Jump off a high cliff. If you hold forward, you will roll on the ground when you land and won't get hurt from the fall. I can't guarantee it will work, though. If the cliff is really, really high, try it if you're feeling bold. So I think it's... yeah, it's actually going to be better for us to save quit here. So here's the item that we need. So now we have the fairy slingshot, which is a projectile shooter. That we actually... it's necessary for the dungeon we're about to go to. Actually, all 3 dungeons require this item. That's not true. I could beat this dungeon without it, which is funny because it's the dungeon that they put it in. So we're going to reset there after saving. Hopefully at no point during this playthrough do I forget to save, because that did happen in practice, and that was really annoying. Especially if it's like after after I do like a long cutscene. Oh, it's miserable. Toko Raja, what's up? Welcome in. We're doing a fun little run-through playthrough of this game before the remake comes out. Doing a fun little dungeon order, showing off some tricks. Having a good time in one of my favorite video games. Daniel Melvin, welcome in as well. Tetris, welcome in. So right here, we will be going and doing the same trick that we did before to leave the forest once again. It is our best option, as once again leaving the other way will activate a giant cutscene that I'm not trying to deal with. So Sowell's here now because he thinks that we're going to go see a character here in the forest. Which I guess I could, right? Yeah, I could. Yeah, why don't I have it on this list? Yeah, I'm supposed to be going there too. Alright, so we're gonna do 2 things here. So the reason I showed that letter to the guard is because that activates, I believe, the flag for this song we're about to go get. Which I didn't point it out when we loaded the save, but Saria was outside of our house. The green-haired girl that we saw earlier. And she's going to be in here as well at the same time, so don't let anybody tell you you can't be 2 places at once. I've seen it. Oh, I forgot to change the setting to hold for targeting. I did that in practice too, and it was really fucking annoying. Yeah, let's not die here. Alright, so we're gonna get a song here that is required by our good friend Saria that we know so much about. I like how her fairy is green. A little jealous. I've been waiting for you, Glenny Balls. This is the Sacred Forest Meadow. It's my secret place. I feel this place will be important for both of us someday. That's what I feel. If you play the ocarina here, you can talk to the spirits in the forest. Would you like to play the ocarina with me? Yeah. Okay, try and follow along with the melody I play. Are you ready? So funnily enough, she's supposed to give us the fairy ocarina, but we're about to pull out the Ocarina of Time once again. We're just borrowing from Zelda since we don't have an ocarina. We got it as a rental. So this song throughout the game is supposed to be like a hint system. You can talk to Saria while in certain places in the game. It doesn't work very well, honestly. But they left it in the game. And it's also a key to calming down a certain person in the game. Alright. What the fuck? Right, 1 second. There's an alarm going off. Fucking 8:10. What the hell? Alright. Sorry for the interruption. We're gonna save here, actually. We're probably gonna die on the way back here, honestly. We'll see, though. Oh, wait. I think they actually missed me here. Yeah. That's pretty funny. That should be the only way I die. That works out for me. There's a lot of little hint systems in this game that most people walk past. Like right there, those stone statues. If you complete the mask quest, they end up being a hint system as well. Lots of mysterious songs like that you can hear in learn in Hyrule. So he's telling us about where you can find your songs and your inventory and yada yada. So now we're gonna make our way back through the Zora River, like we did last time. And I was debating on how I wanted to enter the Zora's domain, either through the means that we will be doing or using a chicken. But I ultimately decided against the chicken. Because it requires me to go through the whole Zora's River and then walk back up it with a chicken. It's just a bunch of time. So right here, I'm going to show off the way that we're going to be playing the ocarina. So if you have a bottle with anything capturable on your right C button, you can jump off of any ledge, or before you land. Okay. So anytime you leave the ground after recapturing and have the bottle in your hands, you can play a different item in your slots, like your sword, as an ocarina. That's just how the game's programmed, and you'll see it right here. I'm playing a stick as an ocarina, and that is how we're going to get into Zora's domain here. Very, very useful trick for randomizers, but as you can see, it has some uses here too, allowing us to skip the fairy ocarina completely in this playthrough. What's up, Silver? How you been? Finally back streaming. Already losing my voice. That's not a very good sign. I will definitely say, without streaming, my life kind of had a lot less purpose. It was very awkward, and talking definitely was not as prominent in my life. So I probably will lose my voice by the end of the stream. It's definitely not in marathon shape right now. Nice, I got one of them. So right now we're doing this dive minigame so that we can get an item called the Zora Scale, or the Silver Scale, I think it's actually called. Which allows us to dive a little bit deeper, which allows us to leave this area through a little hole, which you're about to see, to go grab an item that allows us to get to the dungeon coming up. Yeah, so right down there. And basically what we're doing right now is pretty vanilla. This is how you're supposed to play the game at this point in it. So that pot right there always has a stick in it, so that's why I took the time to go get that. Just a little backup stick, never hurts. Oops. Oops. Movement. So since we were able to complete the minigame by grabbing all those rupees, they're going to reward us with a scale that allows you to dive much deeper underwater. The Silver Scale. So this is the item that you actually need to leave the forest the way that I have been leaving it, without using exploits. So basically it's like flying Pokemon, to where they want you to go to the place before you're able to teleport there. So right here I'm Z-targeting onto this bottle, and I'm going down. This bottle has Ruto's letter. Something that people have very silly theories over, that she didn't actually send this letter because she says that she didn't, and it's like, there's people that think it was Ganondorf, like, trying to help you find your way there, but Ganondorf doesn't even know that you're after the spiritual stones, as far as the game's concerned. Alright, so right here, we're going to be getting another important song, debatably. Depends how important you guys make it out to be, using our sub-goals. We might be too far ahead. We'll see. Cool. So right here, we're just gonna bing, 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 bing. It's a pretty long song, so we're not really gonna be going for something like... I thought about memorizing, like, the Flintstones theme song or something, but I ultimately didn't go with it. It's hard to say how much we'll even use that song, but that's the way that most people play the game, is just something like that. Or they... Well, that's not true. Most people don't even get that song, honestly, because nothing is mandatory with it. So if I was able to skip child dungeons, the way that I was talking before, I'd be able to do them as an adult as well. And there is a way to get around. So the Lord Jabba, or King Zora here, will only move after you've shown him this letter. But there are ways around him as both child and adult that allow you to do the dungeons behind him without him moving. So you can skip this bottle, but because of the sub-goals with heart containers, we need to be able to come back and get the 36 heart containers if they do end up getting met. So we're doing a lot of this child section just because of the sub-goals. And if you've played this game, you might be noticing that I am missing an item right now. You're supposed to have a fish to feed a bigger fish out here. But I ended up learning a trick, well, relearning a trick. I knew it a long time ago. But with the thanks to